Alright, so we're replacing the discs and brake pads on the Toyota Blade, doing a bit of an upgrade. I thought I'd give you a quick limited cut video on the left hand side. I'll post a more detailed video of the whole replacement of the front and the rears when I can. So we're just removing the sliding pin bolts to remove the piston assembly. That comes off pretty easy. And make sure the sliding pins are sliding, which is good, they're working. Now we'll remove the bolts for the torque plate, which hold the pads in. So I'm just reusing these pads. They're quite new, but I'm pretty sure they're the ceramic pads that I want to use anyway. I ordered the wrong ones for the rears, but luckily these are in as new condition, which is awesome. Alright, so the torque plate's off. Now I've got a stainless steel bolt, 13mm hex head, and I think it's an M12. Don't quote me, I'm not awesome on bolt sizes. And you just thread that into the two holes of the rotor, and it should pop off, which it does. That's good. So remove the old existing rotor, and we'll undo the box of the new DBA T2 solid slotted rotors. Look at that, they look pretty good. So rather than spraying the disc, because it's got a nice painted hub or surface, spray it on a cloth and just wipe the outside rotor surface. These probably don't need a clean anyway, but that's the recommended procedure. All right, put the rear shim on the brake pad that fell off. Just line those up and slide the torque plate with the discs, the pads over the rotor, and then bolt that on. You can use some anti-seize grease, I believe. I don't have any, I've never used it. Replaced heaps of brakes on my own cars, they never seize up. I'm not driving in salt water or anything. So, but yeah, you can use anti-seize grease on your brake bolts if you want to. So I'll just knock those up for now. You can torque them down to exact specifications if you really want to. But 2 knocks seems to be perfect. All right, we're just going to grease up the slide pins and the back plates of the pads. I use Worth HHS 2000, an awesome product. Doesn't drip or anything. Now we'll put the piston assembly back over and put the sliding pin bolts back in. Again, you can use some anti-seize grease if you want to. And then we'll torque those up with 2 or 3 knocks on each one with the spanner. It's about 15 pounds of torque. So 1, 2, 3, that was 4. I overdid it there a bit. So clean everything up, get all your dirty fingerprints off, make it look shiny. That won't last long. So there's your sliding pin bolts, and your torque plate bolts are down there. So that's it, just got to put the wheel back on. So you lift your wheel up over the 5 studs and then grab your wheel nuts. Now you always want to put your wheel nuts on by hand, or there's a high chance you can cross thread your studs and that would be bad news. So I'm going to put the first 2 on, and because they have a tapered edge, I'm just going to do them up very lightly with the impact driver. This will line up the other 3. So don't do them up super tight, just firm. And then we'll put the other 3 wheel nuts on by hand. And do them all up firmly. And then once they're all seated, you can go around in the star pattern. So do the opposite wheel nuts to the one you've just done up. And then I went around later and torqued these up properly, and they were spot on, which is awesome. I think it was 15 pounds. I'll have to double check. But just look up your specs in your book. So that's the front ventilated discs with the slots. They're the T3s with new TRW ceramic pads. They're all done. And the new rear disc rotors. So I'll post a more detailed video a bit later. Check out the Instagram, Toyota Blade, and I'll see you on the next one.
And as always, thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit the like button. Leave a comment below. That would help my channel grow. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, that would be fantastic. Beauty.